Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be going over another Bukkit plugin. Actually, it's kind of a plugin, it's kind of not a plugin. This one's called RemoteToolKit, and we're not going to be using it for the remote aspect, but for the toolkit aspect, it's going to be pretty useful. So what this is going to do is it's going to detect server crashes and restart the server. Which, if you remember, my auto restart kind of fix does not do. So this is kind of the full fix. It will restart the server automatically, like my last video. It will also do like scheduled restarts if you want to restart every 2 hours, every hour. It will do that. You can set the amount of RAM that your server is going to use, or the maximum amount of RAM that it can use. You can use it for the remote aspect, but again, I don't recommend it. It's really not that easy to use. It's not very friendly. You can do mainly it's for the restarts, this detect server crashes, and the auto restart if it does crash. I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to read through these and see if there's anything I missed, but that's pretty much it. It's just really easy way so that if you're, let's say you have a job or you're going to school, you don't have time to administrate your server full time and something happens to happen, this will have your back, and it will be there to make sure that your server stays up and you beat that 24/7 deadline that all Minecraft users seem to love to advertise. But anyway, we're going to download this. You're going to hit the download link that's right here, and then when you download it, it's going to come in a zip, so you're going to want to open that up. And then there's going to be two, actually I'm going to end the server here and here. So there's going to be two folders here. There's going to be the server dir, and then there's going to be the UDP client. We're not going to use the UDP client, that's the remote aspect, and we're pretty much just going to use this. So the plugins folder, we're going to open that one up, and we are going to see the plugins folder, and there's going to be a plugin in there, so we're going to drag that into our plugins folder, and it should be there. See, it's there now. And then we're going to take the toolkit, the whole toolkit folder, and drag it into our regular Bukkit folder. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the rest of this, the rest of it, which was the Minecraft RTK or rkit.jar, the rtoolkit.sh, and the rtoolkit.bat. So the .sh file, or sh file, the sh is my joke, but that's for Linux. So if you want to run your server on Linux, it already has this file ready to go to run, and if you want to run it on Windows, it already has the server ready to go. So if you're actually having difficulty setting up your run.bat, this will help you out. So run as soon as you bring it in, as long as you have this named Craft Bukkit, it should boot up automatically, and you'll see it's going to boot up, and it's going to start with once it stops, it's going to start with the toolkit loading. It's going to say some things about your server that's running on, and it's going to load up. So I can't really simulate a crash because can't really. It's hard to do that. It's hard to crash a server in the first place. But we're going to go over the toolkit. So the remote properties you don't need to mess with, the message properties you don't need to mess with, and the modules, that's something different. Some plugins do work with this, and you add the plugin into the modules. But if I review a plugin like that, I'll tell you to do how to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to, you don't really need to edit this. This is your maximum RAM size. So right now it's at 1 gigabyte. Pretty much each 1,000 megabytes, which is the M, is a gigabyte. So 2,000 is about 2 gigabytes. You can go to the internet and search like 2 gigabytes to megabytes and type that in. I think it's a little bit different. It's like 248. It's like 2048 for 2 gigabytes. So you can change that if you're running out of RAM. And then the initial heap size, I would leave that at 1 gigabyte because that's what it's going to start at. This is your restart alert, so it's going to say in the server the server is going to restart in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. The server heartbeat threshold, that's the detecting crash. This is terminal. You don't need to change this. Save all period, you don't need to change that. You really don't need to change any of this unless you want to change your maximum RAM. force save on restart. Yes, you want it to save on every restart. Failed heartbeats, the restart, so that's saying if it fails a certain amount of heartbeats, which is like a check, it's going to automatically just restart the server. And your main thing is server restart delay. That's the main thing that you got to change. And that's going to be, you're going to change that to, you can change that to whatever. Right now it's at 5 hours. You can set it to 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever you want, and it will restart every hour. The other thing is if it's not working, if it's not loading it up, you may need to go in here, and it's going to require your craft bucket jar to be named craftbucket.jar, and that's why I changed it in the first video to that, because to eventually set up for this. And it's a shorter way. If you don't change it, you're gonna have to add in like the 1.1 point something that comes after this. So I would just shorten it down to craftbucket.jar, and that's pretty much it for this server module. It's gonna start up in here. It's gonna restart it every hour, and that's pretty much what it's gonna do. There's not much more that it does. It's a great plugin. Again, help with those crashes. It's really gonna protect you. And it's a great way to maintain that 24/7 uptime, and also help with lag with those auto restarts and timed restarts. The other auto restart will just restart when you type stop. This one will actually restart on the hour every hour if you have it set up for a 1 hour restart. That's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and come back next time.